this is my story. You know, this is how I see it through my eyes. Nobody else got to see it that way.
The year 2000. The pride of Union County High, Roscoe Crosby, stands at the top of a mountain.
Roscoe Crosby.
The Yellow Jackets wide receiver just won back-to-back state championships. Crosby's also the star center fielder of the baseball team, a stellar hitter, speed demon, and sure-handed fielder. A true five-tool talent.
If I'm really locked in, it would look like a basketball. Like, man, I can't miss it.
Right out of high school, Kansas City took him in the second round of the MLB draft, despite an elbow injury. Also a coveted football recruit, one of the top players in the country. The two-sport star signed a two-sport deal with the Royals, a 5-year contract, a $1.75 million signing bonus. Plus, the Royals paid for Crosby's tuition. Crosby says all he had to do was get the elbow fixed within 5 years. The upstate team would strap it up in Death Valley, barely an adult, on top of the world.
You know, I'm 18 years old. You know, it's new to me it's new for my family. It's new to people that's around me, you know, because I grew up in we never had money and stuff like that.
Crosby's parents weren't around. His grandmother raised him, his rock, long before ever touching Howard's on the Hill. After graduation, Crosby hit 2 weeks of instructional league drills in Florida. Then it was off to Clemson for training camp, with plenty of hype.
All eyes were on Roscoe Crosby this morning. Freshman Roscoe Crosby. On Roscoe Crosby.
Crosby blew Tiger Town crowds away from the first game.
Before we was coming down the hill, I'm trying to enjoy the fans and everybody too, but I'm thinking the whole time, I'm like, man, I'm actually finna get this football first.
By the end of the season, overcoming inexperience and an injury, Crosby thrived and broke Clemson records. No offseason after football. It's off to Orlando for the Miners. It seemed nothing could stop Crosby's rise. Then, a car crash in Georgia. 5 friends who drove one of Crosby's cars to see him play never made it.
3 of them died and 2 of them actually survived.
Then, Crosby's elbow gave. Despite joint reconstruction, he missed both football and baseball seasons in 2002.
The biggest thing for me was like I had no outlet. My outlet became, cars and going out to clubs and just a lot of foolish stuff. That was my outlet to try to make me feel better.
Then,
another tragedy comes in Roscoe Crosby's life.
In 2004, his 15-year-old brother Nathaniel Hill drowned at a lake in Anderson.
And when I got the news, man, my granddad was on the telephone, and I always knew that phone call, I done been there before.
Grief-stricken, hampered by rehab and responsibility, Crosby fell flat for the first time. He found trust in his new wide receivers coach, Dabo Sweeney.
This was a 19-year-old young man, and all of a sudden his world, he's got a bunch of money, people have lost their lives, just had a lot of things on him.
Needing money to support his family, Crosby dropped out of Clemson. He decided just to play baseball. Rehabbed and ready to go at Single-A Phoenix the next spring, a surprise. Clemson came calling. Crosby qualified for the school's hardship waiver and says his agent gave the green light to revamp the two-sport dream. But again, another stumble.
I told the Royals, I'm going to continue to play 2 sports. That kind of messed things up with those guys because it was like, well, we thought you was playing straight baseball.
As Crosby was re-enrolling, he got the notice that left him numb for 2.5 years.
I get a letter in the mail saying that I breached my contract and they wasn't paying for, they wasn't gonna pay for my schooling. I wasn't getting the rest of my bonus money, so it kind of spun stuff out of control.
Crosby withdrew from Clemson again and went to arbitration court with the Royals. Just months after peaking, Crosby's falling fast, coming very close to rock bottom.
And it got to a point where I actually even thought about, real bad things about, like not even living. I had to go talk to a therapist.
You had thoughts about killing yourself?
It was a lot, man. It was a lot. It was a lot of stuff that went on. And when it got to that point, I had to start thinking about Roscoe, the person.